to do is go to sleep. And tomorrow is the day. Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia for the IBF Welterweight Championship of the world.
I can't believe you picked Mikey Garcia.
Man, so what?
Man, Errol Spence a better fighter, man. Come on, man. Listen to me, man.
Show it to me, man.
Okay.
Wow. It's almost fight night.
Yes.
And I am so pumped up.
I'm so pumped too, man.
Everybody in the world of boxing is pumped up.
Yes, they are.
Dallas is going crazy right now. Mikey Garcia has a lot of fans out there.
Man, he got a lot of fans.
He got more fans than I thought.
Me too. I heard it.
And Errol Spence, people thought, oh, this is a Mexican house because it's Texas. Hey, don't get it wrong. Errol Spence people are there as well.
They are.
And it's going to be a fantastic card.
We got Greg Corbin. We got Charles Martin. This is going to be a great card, man, for Texas, man. We're going to have some good fights coming in, you know, that night. It's going to be beautiful. They're going to be banging. What you think, Alex?
Shit, I think Charles Martin is big as shit. Even though Greg Corbin is heavier, though.
He is heavier.
You know, he's heavier for like 10 pounds, but this is a fight that if Greg Corbin wants to win, he's going to have to be very active in the beginning of the fight. He's going to have to land the right punch and get this dude out, you know. They got some beef going on, you know. They've been calling each other out for like 2 years. And they finally got the moment, you know. They cool it up because the dude with the microphone, he's like, hey guys, what are you doing? Y'all throwing punches. Y'all throw punches tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he was like that, you know. Then you got Ariola. He's going to do another of his appearance versus this undefeated fighter.
You think it's going to be right for Ariola?
Of course it's the right fight for him. I mean, if you really think about it, he is exactly what the announcer said he is. A 3-time title challenger.
Oh my God.
And now you got a little Puerto Rican versus Mexico title bout, you know, and this fight is expected to be fireworks, you know.
So they expect
Panterita is no joke. So we'll see.
He acted like he pretty dehydrated in this fight.
Yeah, he was searching and looking for that Gatorade. Crazy,
wasn't he?
I mean, well, it is what it is, you know. These fighters. Then you got G. Leon Love. Look at a little lost. It was like, damn, this is Texas. What's going on?
Yeah, he was. He kind of, you know, it kind of looked kind of funny doing that right there.
He funny, eyes up like a motherfucker. You know, like, hey, what's going on, hey, mama?
Like
I'm right here, mama.
Like he was.
And then you got Benavidez looking like a skinny version of Chavez Jr.
It is. Do he kind of look kind of like, hey, I don't know, man.
I just
hey, man, I'm going to respect him. I'm going to respect him.
Nah, but for real, I think Benavidez, a.k.a. Chavez Jr., is going to destroy G. Leon Love. I think G. Leon Love.
You really think so?
I think he's chin suspect. You know, he's never looked impressive. He always been tossed around the ring in previous fights against fighters that are not as dangerous and as ferocious as David Benavidez.
Oh.
So, you know, I think he's gonna mess him up. You know,
the ring getting his jig on.
The ring is getting his jig on. What can I say about that? I don't know about that. I did not like that. I think G. Leon Love didn't like it either.
He alright. He alright. He alright.
He alright. Then you have the main event, Mikey Garcia weighing in at 145.5 pounds. You know, looking a little soft down there. I ain't gonna lie.
I hope he's able to take it, man.
Yeah, he's looking a little soft. Y'all cannot see it. Y'all see it in a minute. You know, he's not looking real. Y'all can see it right there. He's not looking real or anything like that. But, you know, he's a smaller guy. Now, Errol steps onto the scale, very ripped, very confident, feeling very good, and he goes in 146 1/4.
Oh man!
You know You know, you can tell your lips. You know, his lips are wide.
Hey
his
man,
eyes are sunk. But that's normal.
He really coming.
That's normal.
He coming top shape, man.
Earl
is solid, man.
Solid.
He really looks solid.
I'm impressed after looking
I'm very
like a mommy the other day. He's looking solid.
Yeah.
And he's looking ripped. Mikey Garcia, his upper torso looks alright.
Yeah, it does.
But his bottom torso
look very soft.
Very soft. He's gonna have to stay at the right distance. He's gonna have to avoid them body shots.
He gonna have to definitely avoid them body shots.
So we got our first color. He's ready to hate and hate and hate.
He telling the truth.
Go ahead. He ain't telling no fucking truth, man.
Man, come on, man.
Introduce yourself and go ahead and tell the world whatever it is that you want to get out of your shit. Since we already know that you are in your feelings, mister. So go ahead, please.
As far as this Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia fight, I've done my research on both these fighters, and I went back and watched the last 5 fights of Errol Spence. I went back and watched the last 5 fights of Mikey Garcia. Watching those fights.
And? Come on, man. Take your minutes. Yeah, it's time, you know?
Yeah, come on, bring your game. Tell us what you're talking about.
Okay, so watching those fights, I realized, you know, the competition you fight in boxing is everything. There's levels to this. You gotta understand that.
Oh my God!
Fights, I realized that Errol Spence is gonna dominate this fight.
Oh, you do?
And the reason he's gonna dominate it is because, for one, the level of competition that he's fought already, and Errol Spence continues to get better with every single fight that he fights.
What level of competition are you referring to?
Yeah, just express yourself some.
Because the level of competition that you're talking about are fighters that are way less than Mikey Garcia. I mean, you're talking about, let's start with Peterson. Let's start with Ocampos. He's a domestic fighter from Mexico that never fought out of his land. Then let's go with Peterson, a fighter that's been knocked out by smaller fighters in less than 4 rounds, in 3 rounds or less.
Definitely.
We'll go to Kell Brook, a fighter that just got out of a knockout loss against Triple G.
And then his eye was cut and done damage.
He was damaged, went to surgery, and then dropped down all the way to 147. How much credit can you really give to this fighter? And then Kell Brook is not such a great fighter either. He barely beat Sean Porter in one of the most boring fights of the year that year.
Yes, that was a boring fight.
Nothing but holding. And the rest of the fights are a bunch of fucking cab drivers.
They are cab drivers.
You know, so I don't know what type of caliber of fighter is that you're talking about, because I really do not understand. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, let's go back to Kell Brook. You spoke of Kell Brook.
Yes.
Kell Brook. You say Kell Brook barely beat Sean Porter. This is boxing. You know, I don't care if
he could have gone either way. Everybody knows.
We gotta count a win as a win.
Hey, now, but see,
but it's not an impressive win. He didn't dominate.
Yeah,
he could have go either way, and then he ran back to England and never was interested on a rematch or nothing.
Pretty much until he came back and fought. Like I say,
you know. So I mean, what type of credit are we really talking about here?
I mean, man,
I'm not defending the Ocampo fight. You know that was definitely not.
You switch your lane. No, switch my lane. This is my lane. Stay on your lane.
No. Y'all absolutely right when it comes to the Ocampo fight. But I tell you what, Kell Brook is better than anybody that Mikey Garcia has ever fought in his career.
I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't think he was better than Robert Easter Jr. Robert Easter
Jr.
had a lot of boxing skills. It's just that Mikey Garcia is always in the right timing, right angle, right
place.
Right distance, right
distance and area.
So what you telling me is, you saying that you don't think Kell Brook is better than Robert Easter Jr.
I'm telling you. Man, listen, man. I think they are the same type of fighter. I'm not gonna hype Robert Easter like he all that, because he's really not. But I think he's just the same type of fighter as Kell Brook. If you're gonna range him, if you're gonna say who's better. I don't think neither is better. They're the same type of fighter, a C-level fighter.
Definitely.
So what's your question?
Okay. I asked, so you think that Robert Easter Jr. could beat Sean Porter?
Robert Easter Jr. could beat Sean Porter? Well, I don't think Robert Easter Jr. could beat Sean Porter, but Sean Porter has to face Errol Spence Jr. or Mikey Garcia. That's a fight that eventually we're going to have to see, but we cannot say who beats who. At this point, Errol Spence Jr. hasn't faced anybody credible in the welterweight division. The most credible guy he's going to face is a fighter that's coming from lower divisions. Yes. And his last fight was at 135. It's a debate whether he was a 1 division or 2 division, but he's coming from 135 right now. You know, now, Errol Spence Jr. likes to get hit. You know, I mean, don't like to get hit because nobody likes to get hit, but he gets hit a lot when he's fighting. You know,
he said Errol Spence Jr. got great defense.
I don't think Errol Spence Jr. got great defense. You got great defense when you dominate, and Errol Spence Jr. loses a lot of rounds. You know, we all sort of opponents. You know, he was losing that fight against Kell Brook. If he wouldn't be for the stoppage, he probably would have lost that fight. And people tell me, oh, that was just his style. Man, if he would have known how to box, he would have boxed Kell Brook in another way. He would have just boxed him and knocked him out.
That's the thing. Kell Brooks know how to box, but he didn't have no power, no snap behind his punches.
Kell Brook, he's not a real boxer like that, like a master boxer. He made a dog fight with Errol Spence Jr. and that's what he loves. Now, if you think Mikey Garcia is gonna do the same mistake, then of course you're gonna think Errol Spence Jr. is gonna walk right through him. But I tell you right now, that's not the plan from Mikey Garcia. And you have to see other Mikey Garcia's fight. This is not about knocking people out. This is about getting bigger fighters that have plenty tools and taking them tools away and using your strengths against you. And that's what Mikey Garcia do to opponents. I don't even like Mikey Garcia. I've been hating Mikey Garcia since the moment he started running from Yuriorkis Gamboa back like 5-6 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm from Dallas. I want Errol to win.
I do too.
Lie. You know, but I gotta be unbiased. You know, I open up my show and here with James because we thought that every time I go to a channel, or not all of them because there's a lot of good channels out there on YouTube, but most of them are just a lot of biased channels, you know. And I'm not gonna be here and ignore what's obvious and what's clear. That is the Errol Spence walk in without head movement and get hit in the face all the time. He doesn't use his angles, and he's just a one-dimensional fighter so far. And I cannot just believe that he can fight other ways because he hasn't shown it.
All right, what you got to say, man?
Well, you make some very valid points, but I'll tell you this. Is that you speak about the opponents that Errol Spence has fought, but what
I thought about it. I've been thinking about it. I've been in his fights.
Who has Mikey Garcia fought?
Huh?
He said who?
Well, Mikey Garcia in the last 12 months, Mikey Garcia has faced Adrian Broner, which is not the greatest fighter, but he's a good fighter with a lot of talent, like everybody says. He got fought undefeated champion Lipinets, and he has faced undefeated champion Robert Easton Jr.
Yes, he did.
So, I mean, way better than Carlos Ocampos, a domestic fighter. Way better than Lamont Peterson, another small fighter that came up from a division, a fighter that's been totally exposed, knocked the fuck out, tossed around the ring numerous times. You know, and then you have Kell Brook, a fighter that was broken. You know, and if you really think about it, Errol Spence Jr. has only fought 8 rounds in the last 14 months against mediocre opposition, while you have Mikey Garcia fighting undefeated champions.
Yeah, John.
So go ahead, what you gotta say?
I honestly feel like that Mikey Garcia hasn't fought the best opponents even in his division. I mean, he's a lightweight champion, but he hasn't fought any of the best lightweights. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean,
Errol Spence hasn't either. Terrence Crawford told Errol Spence, you know, about the fight, and Errol Spence told Terrence Crawford, why would I fight you when I can fight and go the easy road and fight Sean Porter? But then he's talking about Sean Porter, that when Sean Porter said about the exact same thing about Ugas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
so
you know, these cherry picking is out
Errol
there.
Spence said, Sean Porter didn't want to fight me because he want to take the easy road and fight Ugas. But you did the same with Crawford. Crawford said about the fight, and you told him, why would I fight you when I can go the easy road and knock Sean Porter out? You know, so he obviously ducked Terrence Crawford. That's why Terrence Crawford told him, you smart, but you ain't that smart, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I can say this, is that it's a well-known fact that everybody in the welterweight division is ducking Errol Spence. That's fact. You know what I mean? That's not opinions. That's fact. I mean, just look at the way they talk about this man. There's nobody disrespecting Errol Spence's name.
Oh no,
Nobody's
no. Errol Spence is a great fighter.
No, nobody's coming out here like, oh, I'll whoop Errol Spence ass.
Nah.
Nobody. You know what I mean? So he has nothing but respect in the division. That's facts. As far as Mikey Garcia goes and Terrence Crawford could have fought Mikey Garcia. He's a lightweight. You're a lightweight. He's obviously considered the best lightweight. Why haven't you fought him? When he was in your division. Terrence Crawford.
Mikey Garcia? Well, shit, I could ask you why Spence hasn't fought Terrence Crawford. They're in the same division.
Nah, he's saying Mikey Garcia and Terrence Crawford in the same division.
They're not in the same division. Well, they are now since Mikey Garcia came up. Well, if Mikey Garcia get past Errol Spence, that's a fight that eventually is going to happen after the Pacquiao fight, because Pacquiao is trying to put himself in there too.
Yeah, he's trying to throw himself in there and get
I
paid
think he's going to be ringside watching the fight. So, you know, I mean, I really don't know about this fight. Errol Spence is just going to have to show me. You know, and if he knocks Garcia out, which it could happen, you know, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know at all, because it's not like that. It's a big chance that Errol Spence walked through Mikey Garcia like everybody says. There's a reason why he's the favorite. But I'm just saying that I see things that a lot of people are ignoring in Errol Spence. He has a lack of ring generalship, or if he hasn't shown it because of whatever reason, then he's gonna have to show it on here.
Maybe he hadn't showed it because the fact of it is he hadn't faced that top level opponent to make him pull out his resume.
When you have it, you have it. Why? Because when you can make a fight easy and not get punished and still knock your opponent out, then you do it. Because it's a big welterweight. He should be able to be boxing and knocking all these little welterweights out.
Okay,
he's a big ass fucking welterweight.
Well, I would say this. Errol Spence is 24-0 with 21 knockouts. He has knocked out his last 11 opponents.
And he has, by the way, he has not knocked anybody out cold like that. This is always overwhelming of punches.
Like you said he's not knocking these guys out like K on them, like Mike Tyson. Well, he's getting a lot of technical knockouts. And it's much worse to get a technical knockout than a knockout. Because
when it comes to the career of the fighter that's getting all the punishment, of course,
definitely
it's worse. But in order to but that doesn't give you an assessment of power. That is not real assessment of power. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. I don't think he'll be able to knock Mikey Garcia out unless he delivers a liver shot.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And he looks soft. It could happen. I mean, I'm telling you, man, it could happen exactly what everybody's saying. But I just think that there's some loopholes on Errol Spence that perhaps Mikey Garcia. I say the same thing.
It's plenty of loopholes.
And I tell you something. I tell you this much. There is like big chance that Errol Spence wins. And if Errol Spence wins, I still guarantee you that Mikey Garcia is going to exploit, and explore Errol Spence Jr. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, and
I'm not trying to take anything away from Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is a great boxer. He's very fundamentally sound. He's a very technical fighter. He has a great timing and he's very accurate with his punches. You know what I mean? But Mikey Garcia doesn't have a great defense. I never said that.
He don't have a better defense than, but it's not great defense. You're right.
I never said that Errol Spence has a great defense, but he has a better defense than Mikey Garcia.
I cannot agree with you there.
I can't either.
Even the numbers will show you that you are saying the wrong thing right now, because Mikey Garcia is, he all right. His numbers show that he dodges a lot of punches. He doesn't get hit easily, and when he does, you can wait for something going right back at you.
Yeah.
So I gotta disagree with you. I think Errol Spence gets hit way many times, many times than
I totally
Mikey
agree
Garcia.
with that too, because
And the numbers don't lie. You can do the research.
Okay, look, the only number that matters is wins and losses. That's it.
That is totally right.
that is totally right. We can't even phantom over you with that.
But on some real, I can't wait for tomorrow, man. We got about 30 seconds here, and I appreciate you, sir, mister, for, giving us out your thoughts, and
Yeah.
And thank you so much. There's something you gotta say, brother?
Man, I appreciate y'all for having me on. You know what I mean? Y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. I love y'all.
I love you too.
All right, brother. Y'all be safe.
You be safe.
All right.
Later, man.
Well, any final thoughts, Mr. James?
Yeah, man. At this time and moment, this is the moment for Errol Spence to show and tell and prove himself to be the man that they say he is. And this is the time for Mikey to show himself and show everyone that he is the person that they say he is too. I'm happy to be at this fight that we're going to go to tomorrow. And, man, I appreciate everybody, man.
All right,
Errol.
man.
Errol.
All right, man.
Errol, man.
It's going to be lit tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can come up with some footage. This is an amazing face-off. You got Roberto Duran probably looking at Errol Spence's shoes. Hey, he's not that big. But all right, man. Y'all, God bless y'all all, man. Tomorrow, AT&T, Dallas, Texas. Jerry's World, baby. Thank you for watching.